My father was a great lover of horses. He loved the horses from the perspective of their pedigrees and studied Arabian horse pedigrees.
Greg and I have been married for 30 years. We have two beautiful children that love horses and a very supportive auntie.
Our journey with Arabian horses began in the early 1970s. We were that family and those kids who rode every Sunday, and when we decided to get our own horses, there was no question that the Arabian was the breed of choice.
Good girls. It's all right. Good girls. Good girls.
Over the last 45 years, we're now into our 9th generation of breeding Arabian horses, of which we're very proud, and have developed a type that's recognised throughout the world as the Mulawa type of Arabian horse.
We began with one Arabian stallion, the stallion Ambition, who came to Australia in 1975, and it was from that point that the Arabian program really took flight. The farm name of Malawa was actually named for our parents' family home. It's an Aboriginal word which means in the shade of the trees. The location of our family home was in a tree-lined street, and the original location of the Malawa farm also had a lovely tree-lined driveway, and so that name has just carried through now and is carried by all of the horses.
Arabian horse must embody both beautiful Arabian type, which is characterised by its beautiful head, and a willingness and ability to be trained for both being on the ground and under saddle.
So these babies are about 5 months old. They come down here and we turn them into what we like to call good Malawa citizens. They get a variety of handling, and we end up teaching them a range of life skills. Good girl.
We want our Malawa horses to be recognisable, and we have a reputation for the way a Malawa horse will perform. An Arabian horse should really make the handler look insignificant. It looks like the Arabian horse is being carried along by its own charisma and commanding nature while being under control. We've been fortunate enough to breed 12 Australian champion mares, in fact 10 Australian champion mares consecutively, and something that we're very, very proud of. The breeding program now has been exported all over the world. We've had babies go from Australia to the United States and win in the US, in the Middle East and in Europe, all carrying the desired characteristics that we want the Malawa horse to be inherently known for. Malawa has grown through the years, so we have our Sydney base here of Malawa, and then what has expanded into the performance program over the road.
Just across the road from the primary horse training and young horse handling facility is the more expansive Ambition, which houses the Dressage and Performance Horse Centre.
As a little girl growing up here, it's pretty much horse heaven.
Our daughter Kate was a very successful junior rider in many disciplines, but she chose to want to concentrate on dressage. Riding Arabian horses in dressage is quite limited in their ability to compete at the highest level, which led us to investigating and investing in warm-blood horses. And the warm-blood horses, incidentally, actually in the majority of cases, or almost all cases, trace back to Arabian horses.
When Kate's interest grew into warmbloods, we decided to build an arena here, and that was all that was here at first. And then we decided we would cover the arena, and then we decided we would build a barn, and we'd only have a small amount of stables, and then we decided we needed more stables. So now we've got 25 stables and day paddocks and rehabilitation areas. We have a vita floor that the horses go on every day. We have a solarium for them, so every want is catered for.
The warmbloods and the Arabians actually have very separate programs. Arabians are all held under the title of Malawa Arabian stud, and the warmbloods run under Malawa Performance horses. There are actually a number of similarities between the two, especially when it relates to their base training and handling. We like to make sure everything here is done in a very consistent way, the Malawa way, so that they all understand the same language on both sides of the road. Our aim at Malawa Performance is to produce elite riders and horses to hopefully compete on the world stage.
Malawa Performance is all about producing horses to the highest level and hopefully, in the long run, having a gold medal around one of our team riders. So what's unique about our training here at Malawa Performance is that we use the 6-door system. It's something we all use, it's something we all train under, and hopefully, with that consistency, we're going to produce some amazing horses in the future. The reason it's called the 6-door system is we break the horse into a box, and that box, of course, has 6 sides. With those 6 sides, we get the rider to start creating cues and aids to control which side of the box the horse will go out of. So stage 1 of creating this championship winning horse is to create a language that they understand. You let the horse understand the original message you asked before you start asking the next part of his journey. Nice, then Pat, reward the intention. Very good. Stage 2 is then to use that language to create symmetry. We see symmetry in 6 doors. 6 doors that can open, 6 doors that can shut. If we can create these horses to have a beautiful balance, we then get to move on to stage 3, which is our weightlifting and stretching. What we do is start teaching the horses many different exercises to challenge many different muscle groups. And the better control we have of these horses' body parts, the more we're going to get out of these weightlifts. Stage 4 is to intensify our weightlifts. How we do this? We start increasing the level of range of movement. We start making the stretches a little bit steeper. The intensifying of these weightlifts in dressage are what we call piaffe, passage, pirouettes, half passes, many different exercises to challenge many different muscle groups. And the final piece of the puzzle is to put it all together. So I guess our next step is to start looking at how we can take on the rest of the world and get on that podium and win a medal at Olympic Games.
Working with horses and working with Arabian horses and now warmblood horses is something that is very fulfilling. It's very fulfilling to see horses from the moment of the idea of conception and then see it develop, whether it be on a worldwide global stage in some show in Europe or the US, or whether it's being somebody's best friend and we can all share everything that a life with horses involves.
Malawa has been a huge part of my life, and I think continuing the Malawa name and the business here, is a huge part of my identity, and it's something that I'm really proud of.